Our next conversation tonight is with the Coloradan who just won the right to discriminate against same-sex couples by refusing to create wedding websites for gay couples. The conservative justices on the Supreme Court agreed with Lorie Smith of 303 Creative that expressive businesses have a free speech right to refuse customers' requests for creative services based on the business owner's views about gay marriage or interracial marriage or gender or any of the other protected groups under Colorado's anti-discrimination law. Smith joined me today along with her attorney, Kelly Fedoruk of Alliance Defending Freedom. Have you had the opportunity to exercise your right under that ruling to say no to a same-sex couple that is coming to you for a wedding website?
Kyle, I have to step in and say that the comment is not even accurate. The court affirmed last week that the government cannot force anyone to say something they don't agree. For the last 7 years, I have remained silenced and censored by my home state of Colorado and forced to create messages that go against the core of who I am. Have you actually been forced to create any messages, or have you just felt like you couldn't enter the realm of creating wedding websites for fear of punishment from the state?
Kyle, I think it would be helpful if you actually read, Kyle, the Supreme Court's decision in her case that made it very clear, as did the 10th Circuit, even when they ruled against her, they said that she was under threat of the Colorado's law.
Let's talk about how this might work in practice. Should businesses that intend to refuse expressive services to certain groups signal that to the public somehow? Should they put a sign in their window or a note on their website? Or do folks in these potentially impacted groups just have to inquire to find out whether they're eligible for the services?
You know, there have been suggestions like you are making right now about this case and about the implications of this ruling, and it's disheartening and honestly despicable. The court explicitly and repeatedly said that non-discrimination laws will continue to be enforced. No one will be denied access to goods and services, and no one will be forced by the government to say something they don't believe.
Lorie, let me ask you, do clients coming to you asking for a wedding website, do you intend to give them any kind of heads up that if they're a same-sex couple that you don't intend to serve them, or is that something they just have to find out when they call or write in? Well, I want to create consistent with my beliefs on various topics, and I simply want to choose messages that are consistent with my faith and my beliefs. And so it's important to me that every request that I receive, I carefully consider what those messages are that I'm being asked. And no one should be forced to create a message they don't agree with. In my full 15-minute conversation with Lorie Smith and her attorney, we also discussed recent reports that the same-sex wedding website request that was cited in her case was actually fabricated. Both said they had nothing to do with faking that request. The full conversation is on the next YouTube channel.